Ladies, your favorite passage in the whole world. 1 Timothy 2, verse 12. I do not permit women to teach men. Wow. Interesting passage. And the Word of God is just so interesting. It's a very great book. The Bible is just... Is this Bible right here? It's very interesting. It's a very interesting book. There's a lot in it, you know what I mean? But you ladies, your favorite passage is 1 Timothy 2:12. Now, girls, and this is in Genesis, they want to, like the snake, wrap themselves around boys and men and constrict them, control them, like tell men what to do, like tell boys what to do. That's always in the girls' code, in their nature. And it's in Genesis. The snake tempts Eve and convinces Eve not to believe in God. And then Eve falls. And Eve's like, what the fuck? This is bullshit, you know what I mean? And so Eve's like, I want other people to do bad shit now. And so Eve tempts Adam. And then Adam falls. Girls can't teach men. There's nothing, no girl has ever taught me anything. I remember in preschool, or was it kindergarten, and we're sitting at this table, I don't know how old, like 5 years old maybe, whatever the kindergarten age is. Preschool, I was in kindergarten, so it's like, I don't know, whatever kindergartner age is, like 5 or 6 years old. I'm sitting at this table, and I remember I said something. And I remember I said something like I made fun of another kid. Like I said something that was mean to him. And then everyone laughed. And then, you know, like when you're in school, you know your jokes are good when the teachers laugh too. And I looked and the teachers were laughing. I was like, yes, you know what I mean? And I remember this one teacher, this one lady. So I said that, and I'm like, yes, I made everyone laugh. Yes, like I did good today, you know what I mean? And so we're eating our Cheerios. Remember, it's like, you know the water cups? Like, you know the office buildings, like the water cooler, and they have like the small little cups. It was that size of a cup, and you had a spoon, and you're just eating Cheerios and with milk. And I remember I had that in my hand. And then one of the teachers, she took, I think I got AC in my house for some reason, but she grabbed me by my arm. I remember my right arm. And I had to go eat by myself, you know? So the lunch table, it was like this massive wooden table with a bunch of kids, and we all sat around it. And she grabbed me by my arm, and she fucking walked me to like the little play area. And there's like a separator. So the dining area is right here. And then there's like a little separation. And then I had to go eat by myself. And I remember being so traumatized. You know what I mean? I remember thinking, you know, what did I do wrong, you know? And all it has to come down to is girls want to control boys. That's all it goes down. That's all the playbook, that's all it ever was. You know what I mean? And that's the problem, and that's why people get abused, and that's why you ladies, you get abused. You look at a guy, and you're like, I want to change him, you know what I mean? I want him to be better, you know what I mean? And that's why you get abused, and then you get abused, and then you cry. And you cry to God, you know, God, you know, I don't want to get abused anymore. It's like the same story over and over again, and this is why people get abused. I'm a man, and because I'm a man, I'm not a girl, remember? I'm not a girl, you know? And so, there's this one guy on YouTube. Don't know his name. He's like, he goes, Beta. That one guy, I forget. It's like, I forget his name. But he goes, Beta. He had an interesting question. It was like, what is a man? I'll define that for you. A man lets girls walk all over him, you know? That's a man. And not physically, but like energy wise and like spiritually. Like, you know how girls are like aggressive, like talking shit, just talking, you know, very aggressive and all that bullshit that comes with girls. I make the meanest girls, the rape victims, the girls that were abused, and they hate men, they hate guys because they were raped by one, and so now they're lesbians, and I'm going to get back at God, and I'm going to get back at the world because I'm only going to sleep with girls now because guys, they're mean and they abuse me. I make them, the meanest girls, feel like girls. Feel like little princesses, you know what I mean? And so that's what being a priest is, like, and not even just a priest, being a man. That right there, you know what I mean? Just let people walk all over you, you know what I mean? I don't, anywhere I go in Lake Elsinore, everyone knows me, you know what I mean? I don't need to walk in there, hey everyone, look what I've done. Everyone knows, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't need to talk about what I've done, you know what I mean? You already know, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to say, hey, I'm better than you. I already know I am. It's not a competition. I already know, you know what I mean? And so it's that confidence that I'm better than you, you know what I mean? And because I'm better than you, I don't talk to you. You come and you come talk to me and I'll fix your fucking problem for you. I'll make your life a little better, you know? And so that's the main message that I want you to know. If you're a man, let people walk all over you. That's what I want you to know. That's what I want you to do. Because there's no point in fighting, you know. God's going to get his revenge, remember? God always wins. And so let people walk all over you. But for girls it's different. Girls, you need to go and just 1 Timothy 2:12 and shut your mouth, you know. Go talk to the girls, go be a girl, and don't even try to be a guy. But that's the main message that I want you to know, is like, let people walk all over you. And so I almost want to be aggressive to you ladies because you're aggressive with me, but I know that it heals your heart. And so that's why I'll be on the front lines, as they say. I'll be on the front lines and you can just attack me. Give me all the bullshit, all the shit you've received in your life. Try that with me, you know what I mean? That shit ends with me, you know? And I don't want you doing that to someone else because other people can't fucking handle it. You'll just repeat the cycle over and over again. But if you do it to me, I end the fucking shit real quick, you know? And it's not like I don't even need to raise my voice. I don't even need to talk to you. You know, that's the position I'm in, you know? And I keep relaying this in middle school, you know? The people, the children, the kids, you know? I had this girlfriend. Everyone knows, like, the school girlfriend. I didn't do nothing with her. I just shook her hand one time, you know? And we were boyfriend and girlfriend, yada, yada, that's it. But the people around, they're like, you have to give her a gift. And I remember, my presence is enough. My gift is my presence. Just me being here. You know, I don't need to explain why. I don't need to look at you. I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to shake your hand. I don't need to touch you. You don't need to touch me. Just me being here, that's enough. You know what I mean? That's enough. And so, and that's the joke. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm on earth, everyone from heaven comes down. You know what I mean? All the saints come down because they're like, fuck, you know, St. John the Baptist, he's fucking here. You know what I mean? I wonder what's going to happen, you know what I mean? I remember when I was younger, and my mom said, like, I just like the end of the story. The devil gets thrown into hell. That's Revelation chapter 20. That's the end of the story, you know? But I can do every step for you, you know what I mean? I know what the fuck. Just a little, you say a little something, and I know what happened, you know what I mean? I can look at you and go, oh yeah, you've been abused. 2 guys slept with you. But it's like, it's uncomfortable for me. You think you're uncomfortable? It's uncomfortable for me because I know that, you know? And so I don't want to talk to you, you know? I'm going to let you be, you know? There's no point, you know what I mean? What are we going to talk about? I'm better than you. I do more than you. And I know that. And God knows that, you know? And it's not like, oh, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to be like, you need to respect me. It's like, everyone knows who I am, you know what I mean? Like, how about you, you know? And I genuinely do not like people. Like, genuinely. Like, I know it's like a joke, like, I don't like you people, but, like, I genuinely don't like you. Like, genuinely. Like, it's just me and God, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's the joke. You know what I mean? I remember my mom said, like, oh, God is your father, and the Blessed Virgin Mary is your mother. I was like, that's a nice way to put it. You know what I mean? That's a nice way. You know what I mean? Because you don't know me. You know, you don't know what I went through. I can certainly get into details, and I can make you cry. I can make you cry. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the joke. You know what I mean? The joke is like, once you get to know the devil, he's not really that bad of a guy, you know? And so that was the joke. You know, you all thought I was there to do harm, you know? And it's like, thank you, you know what I mean? It's, oh, thank you so much. You think I'm here to hurt you. Thank you so much, you know what I mean? You know, I know, you know, and that's enough, you know? And so it goes back to the Joker, when the people will call the Joker crazy, you know? And it's like, and I just go, you know? And I try to brush it off. But it's like, oh, am I crazy? Oh yeah, I'm definitely psychotic, everyone. I'm definitely schizophrenic, you know? I'm definitely that, you know? Yeah, I'm definitely schizophrenic. I definitely need to take my meds, everyone. I'm definitely. Let me explain that, by the way. And so when you rape a girl, they get fucked up in the head. And so they need to go and they need to start taking medication because they're crazy, you know? Because a guy raped them, you know? And that's the shitty part, you know? Is that you can rape someone and you can be in their head. Oh, this, that, and this and that, you know what I mean? Like, and say some stupid shit, you know? But yeah, it's for what? You know, it's like in the Batman film, there's the one guy who's like the therapist, and he goes to the inmates, and then he's like, hey, like, you should take a plea deal. And then the inmate's like, no, I'm not taking a plea deal. And then he puts on the mask and puts the fear into them, and they go fucking crazy, you know what I mean? And then the Batman comes and takes the mask and uses the same fear on that guy and fucks him up, you know what I mean? And that's what that 50 Cent song, you know, many men, you know, what the Bible said, what goes around comes around, you know what I mean? What do unto others as you want them to do unto you, you know what I mean? I don't need, like, most people, they need to put their resume. I don't need to. I don't need to give you my resume. You want me to be a priest, you know what I mean? You do. I don't want to be a priest. I want to be killed. I want someone to come and shoot me in the head. You know what I mean? I want someone to slit my throat. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I want the police to come and arrest me. You know what I mean? That's what I want. But none of that happens. You know what I mean? None of that. You know? And so I'm just stuck here. You know? Like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? What am I gonna do with my life? You know what I mean? And so Kanye, he said something that was very interesting. You're crazy until you're not. And I completely agree. I am stupid, crazy. People think I'm gay. That's how fucked up in the head the people are. You think I'm gay because I don't touch women, I don't kiss women, I don't abuse girls, and so you think I'm gay? It's like, oh, okay. Like, faggots don't enter heaven, sodomites don't enter heaven, fornicators don't enter heaven, 1 Corinthians 6, verse 9 and 10. Whoa, it's too serious. Oh, I was just joking. You know what I mean? It's like my whole life. You know what I mean? And this is why I get the most shit. I get the most people talking the most shit, you know what I mean? There's a song called First Day Out, you know? To the bitch-ass niggas who talk behind my back, you know what I mean? That AR got a heat sensor, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm crazy, remember? I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, right? I'm just really, I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what I believe in, you know what I mean? I just, you know, I wonder what I'm going to do with my life, you know, and it's the same joke over and over again, you know what I mean? And so, I don't invite this, but I want the girls to walk all over me, not physically, but like in attitude and their demeanor and the way they talk, because I know it heals them. It's difficult to explain, you know. It's because most people can't handle that. Most people can't handle being the last in line, you know. Most people can't handle that. Most people, when they have dinner, they want to be the first in line, get the first bite to eat, you know. I'm the king, yada yada. I'll be the last one to eat, you know what I mean? I did it most of my life. I can tell you stories and I can make you cry, you know what I mean? I can make you cry, you know. Growing up, you know, that's what I did, you know. And I didn't do it, and I didn't make a big deal out of it. I certainly don't. I'm not here to boast. I'm not here to, hey, look what I've done, you know. I don't care, you know. I don't, you know. I really don't. And so I want to tell you this, you know. So we would have dinner in my house, and my family would have dinner, you know. And I would call everyone downstairs, and I'd basically be like the last one to eat, you know. Sometimes there wasn't fucking a lot of food left, you know what I mean? And I would just go and it wasn't a big deal, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't like, most people, like Kendrick Lamar, he wants to go, oh, syrup sandwiches, you know, like, growing up in the hood, cockroaches on the floor. It's like, you brag about that, you know what I mean? Like, you brag about that. I don't even talk about that, you know? I can make you cry, you know? I want to make you cry, you know? And so hopefully you understand. Yeah, you know? And it's the people around me, you know, that they say things, they're like, what the heck, you know? I remember I was doing that in high school. In 9th grade, like, my mom was making pretty terrible food. I didn't like the food, you know what I mean? And so I wasn't eating that much, and I got really skinny. And then my Spanish teacher was like, yo, Grayson, you're looking really skinny. I didn't even notice, you know? I'm like, oh, okay. And I asked David, one of my buddies, Like, dude, am I skinny? He's like, yeah, you're really skinny. It's like, okay, got it, you know. I don't know. I've seen a lot of shit, and I've seen a lot of miracles, as they say, you know. And so that's why I want to be the weakest one, you know. You know, God's power is made perfect in weakness, you know. And so most people, the majority of people, they want power, they want money, they want respect. And so that's the trajectory that most people go. I want a bigger house, I want a better wife, I want, you know, better cars, more money, more respect, a better job, a better boss, all this. And so everyone is going this way, you know. The homeless people, I love them. I'm more closely related with a homeless person than I am anyone else that lives in a house, you know. And I mean that, you know. I mean it, you know. You look at the homeless people and you spit on, you make fun of them. Oh, he's homeless. I wonder he probably fucked his family. Haha, you laugh at them, you make fun of them, you know what I mean? And it's not like, oh, I want to be the one, the champion of it. I love the homeless people. I don't even care. My heart is more closely with the homeless people than anyone else, you know? The people that don't have a home, you know what I mean? The people that everyone just looks, oh, who cares, you know what I mean? You see the guy walking on the street, you know? No one pays him any fucking attention, you know what I mean? We have to what? Give alms. We have to give money to him. Let me give money to him. It's like, you know what I mean? It's the same shit over and over again, man. Same shit. And so, my heart is with people that don't have nothing. That's where my heart is, you know. That's where I am, you know. Nothing. I have nothing, you know. You want something of mine, you can have it. You know what I mean? You can have it. You know, and that used to be the joke. Like, if you wear a suit into church, every girl is trying to sleep with you. And then if a girl sleeps with you, they take your suit and then they wear it as like a trophy. It's like, really? That's degrading. Not only for you. The joke is like, oh, look at me, I got this guy's suit. It's degrading for you ladies. You know, like, sin doesn't feel good, you know. And so all these movies are about me. All these TV shows are about me. All these songs are about me. Like, I'm Iron Man. How you doing? You know what I mean? You want my suit, you can't have it. You know what I mean? It's too easy. It literally is too easy. It's not that difficult, you know? Throw everything at me. I don't care. Like, I want more money, you know? This is why I go to church, and I'm just fucking with everyone there. You know what I mean? Let me fuck with you. You know what I mean? Let me fuck with you a lot, you know? Because I don't care. Once you know everything, you realize, oh, the people are actually fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, that was a joke, that people are stupid. Oh, the people are actually really stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you think you're CIA, you think you're undercover. I'm gonna protect the kids. You're fucking stupid. You know, how about you protect yourself, you know, from me, you know? How about you try doing what God said to do? Maybe that will work, you know? It's just the same shit, you know what I mean? This is why I say it's the same shit, different day. You know what I mean? It's the same shit, you know? And I can make you very sad, you know? This is the Joker. The Joker is talking to the devil. Everyone thinks they're better than, they think better of themselves than they ought to. And the Joker's like, I'm gonna make everyone come down to our level. When the chips are low, who are you gonna turn to? When you have nothing, who are you gonna turn to? Are you gonna turn to that imaginary god, that Hindu god, fucking Krishna, Buddha, whatever the fuck? Are you gonna turn to the devil? Hey devil, give me some more money. When you have nothing, who are you gonna turn to? You're gonna turn to the true God, which is Muslims. Well, these fucking Muslims are stupid. These oil money. That's the joke. Like the black rock. It's the white rock and then the black rock. That's the joke. And then the fucking oil money. And then we got fucking Michael Saylor in the middle, you know. I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder how this story ends, you know. I don't know. I could go left or right. I don't know where to go. You know what I mean? This is why I make these videos. I don't know what I believe in, you know what I mean? I know that there's BlackRock, there's a lot of money. I just want more money. And so I'm going to make these videos. Just give me some more money, please. Thank you.